I would say from a company standpoint, the way that we're evaluating companies is typically around 5 P's. So we talked about people, that's the first P. The product is obviously super important. Usually the teams that we're working with have at least some technical background. Maybe it's not that they actually were engineers themselves, but they're really good at design, or they're really good at understanding analytics and consumer insights. So the product is obviously very important. The passion we've talked a little bit about in terms of being mission-driven entrepreneurs, and so that's really important for companies, not just because it's good for them, but also because it makes hiring easier. There's a lot of ancillary benefits that come around having that passion, mission-oriented component. Process is one that's not obvious to most people, but is actually really, really important, especially in the early days of setting a culture, of understanding how to meet deadlines, of hitting deliverables, of communicating with employees, with investors, with press. And then the last one is probably the most obvious, but also probably the most overlooked in tech today, which is profits. And so by profits, I mean really a business model. So the company that you're building, how is it going to be sustainable in the long run? That doesn't mean that you have to make money in the first year, the second year, or even the third year. It just means that whatever you're building, there's some sustainable value that you're creating. And people will pay you for that, whether that's consumers, whether that's enterprises, whether that's advertisers, whatever it might be, that there's a path to understanding how this is a very profitable business. And that's sort of how we look at evaluating the companies that we see.